Imagine for a moment that you're standing in front of a client. You've done the work, you prepared your offer, you know logically what you should charge, and then you open your mouth and a number about 30% lower than what you planned for comes tumbling out. Not because you ran the math, not because it makes business sense, but because something in your body whispered, make it easier for them. Don't be too much. Don't risk the no. If you've ever done that, hi, I'm Elizabeth Yang, and I want you to know this up front. You're not broken. You're simply responding exactly as you were conditioned to respond. I work with women entrepreneurs who are already successful, but who know they're playing below their true authority in sales and pricing. Brilliant women, experienced women, women whose work creates real outcomes. And most of all of them are undercharging by about 30%. Not because they don't know their value, but because somewhere along the way, becoming a good woman got wired to being helpful, flexible, agreeable, and never too much. We don't start businesses to stay small, but invisible programming can make fully owning your value feel unsafe. When I started my own business, I remember quoting a prospect of $5,000. She replied, "That's too expensive." And before she even finished the sentence, I felt my body contract. I wanted to discount myself immediately. I negotiated against myself before I was even rejected because deep down, I wasn't afraid of losing the sale. I was afraid of what the no would confirm about me. She said no. 6 months later, she hired a different coach for $50,000. 50, comma, 000. $50,000. You did not mishear that. That was the most expensive pricing lesson I ever learned. Not about strategy, but about self-trust. After years of working with founders, I've seen four money patterns show up again and again. See if one feels familiar. One, the discounter. She lowers her price the moment she senses hesitation because for her, a no feels personal, not professional. She tries to preserve connection by sacrificing authority. Two, the imposter. She keeps waiting to feel ready. More proof, more credentials, more permission. But if worthiness is missing internally, no external validation ever lands. Three, the avoider. Follow-ups feel physically uncomfortable. She'd rather lose the sale quietly than risk being perceived as pushy. Her nervous system hits freeze, not because she doesn't care, but because pressure feels unsafe. And lastly, four, the pusher. She over-explains, over-delivers, over-gives, trying to just justify her price through effort, when effort was never the problem. None of these are flaws. They're protective strategies. They're what many women were taught would keep us safe, liked, and chosen. But being nice has a hidden cost, and that cost is authority. This is why just raise your prices doesn't work, and why fake it till you make it eventually collapse. You can't out strategy a nervous system that doesn't feel safe holding power. Real change happens at the decision level where worthiness, authority, and pricing finally aligns. Most women think that their next level will come from doing something different, but the real shift happens when you decide differently. So let me ask you this. When are you going to stop negotiating with yourself? When are you going to stop asking for permission? And when are you going to stop and regulate your body so it no longer panics at being fully seen? You don't need to apologize for your prices. You don't need to earn the right to take up space. When women stop undercharging, we don't just make money, we change what leadership looks like. Thank you.